The engine is starting up.
For launch. GC, go. Guidance, go. Fido, go. Prop, go. GNC, go. Max, go. Eagle, go. Ecom,
go. Pending final steps to cabin link check.
2, 1.
Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us? Can you give us a sign?
Welcome to the R.I.F.T Nation Network, the RNN, putting a slide in your glide and a dip in your hip. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe. With shows throughout the week, you can find us at Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and more. Everything you could want, everything you can need right here, right now. From the paranormal to the supernatural. From comedy to the spiritual. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
It's showtime, folks!
Podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
Hello, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Let's bring it into play. Ooh, look where we are today. Look,
Oh, awesome.
okay. We have made it home, Rhonda.
We have.
Look, it even got your chairs to the right, as I promised. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the show. Right here, I am Ed the Hitman Odell.
And I'm Rhonda Harris.
And this is the Orion Effect right here on the R.I.F.T Nation Network, RNN. Thanks for joining us tonight. You see the setup. This is going to be the hooty-doo kind of stage you'll be seeing.
You
The hooty-doo. I like the hooty-doos. The hooty-doo-doo-doo. Do-do-do. Okay. So what we're going to be doing throughout the year, depending on the show, what its style, what it is, depends on our stage setup. Tonight, it's Ron and I. We're home. Where are we at? We're in the TARDIS. We are where we belong, but it's not just any TARDIS. If you pay attention and look around throughout the time, you'll see it's a very specific TARDIS. It's my TARDIS. So, with that being said, why are we picking this tonight too? Because we have a very unique show to be talking about, and this was a perfect opportunity. We let you take a ride with us through time and dimension. That is how the TARDIS works. Through time, going to places and all over, not just the world, not just the Earth, but all over the universe. So, you traveled with us. We are traveling now through dimensions and time. What does this mean? Well, tonight, and I like to do this because I catch Rhonda off guard because she's like, "What are we talking about? I don't know, but I'm going to
You
fly."
just told me free for all. You gave me no direction, and I'm good with that.
Yeah, and that's the way I like it because that way you go, "Okay, he's making me think." Because when you think and you're caught off guard, man, you're the shit. So,
Well, thank you.
yeah, well, you're welcome. So, with that being said, my dear, the lady of the hour, would you mind so kind as a hostess with the mostest, give that toastest and our toastest?
Okay. Well, hello, Lois Clark and Mish and Michelle Wilfong and Heidi. Did I miss anybody? Heidi, Michelle Wilfong, Mish.
Thunder.
That girl, there you are.
Yeah,
I knew you had to be in here. I knew I saw you. Lois,
Hey.
Mish.
It's good to see you, Shell.
Good to see all of you.
Everybody. Miss Heidi, always a pleasure. We're
Yes.
so blessed with your attentive helpingness as you put us out there. We love
Bless
you.
for all of y'all, for sure.
Hey, no, it won't work. Are you on your phone or you're on the laptop? You're on
On
your
my
laptop.
laptop.
Damn. I know on the phone that if you do this, it shoots hearts everywhere.
They can only do it if you're on an iPhone.
Right. It's only on the iPhone. I've tried it several times. Go, come on, give me a heart. So, hey, Mike. Hello and welcome to the
Mike,
show. So tonight, welcome to the show. That's where we're going to be discussing, looking at dimensions, looking at spirit, making space for all of us as we are in our area right here, and really looking at this subject. Now, before we jump into it, of course, we always talk a little bit and kind of get the ease down, kind of chill out, get our coffee going. And I was begged to, wear this, use this one, wear this one, use this one.
The Jaws cup.
Oh, yeah. Yep. There we go. Yes. Oh, this is awesome. One of her Christmas presents.
Oh, cool.
She's like, go ahead, use the cup. I'm like, square. Thank you. Oh, much love to all of you as well. So this weekend's been interesting. This week's been interesting. A lot of talk and a lot of people. There's a lot of new shows that have popped up, and I'm really impressed. However, I will tell you all right now that hopefully soon there will be another show that's already in production
Ooh.
and airing that may be coming to the RNN home. Now, all I'm going to say about it right now, because it's merely in talks and they may not want to do this, but it's going to be a great show. It's a show that we need here. since Jean Broda left us, we haven't seen her in a while. We've had that gap. We all are into the UFOs and all that, but that gap is missing. That show is missing something to deal with. And this particular show that we're working on actually aims specifically at extraterrestrials, ufology, aims at secrecy and the intent of. So the hostess is a really brilliant individual. Thank you, sir. And hello, brother Keith. So I'm looking forward to what she can bring to the table here, and I think she'll add to the family, providing she fits in and see how she goes about it.
Okay.
And she's going to be talking about something that you and I have a series on. She's going to be looking specifically a lot of times at the truths, the fakes, what's not real out there, what is real, what's throwing you off. So with that being said, I'm not going to say more about that, but I'm looking forward to that one.
Just a teaser, just a teaser.
It's a teaser. Now, the bad news. And
You don't do bad news on Sunday.
I know, but it had to be done. It hurt me a little bit to hear because she's such a good friend of mine. She always has. For all of you out there that have watched, some of these Ed and Lorraine Warren movies, if you will, the last one, of course, had to do with the Smurl family. And for those who don't know, Corinne used to be the co-hostess of this show years ago. Wonderful, wonderful personality, very filled with energy, very filled with love. Those of us saw today that the lady, unfortunately, in the movie, the actual mother, had passed away today. So our love and understanding goes out to the Smurl family, the loss of their mother, all the girls. I'm so sorry. But I definitely want to make sure that you guys know that your love is felt and you're on our minds and we're sending prayers to you guys. So, yes.
Yes.
Now, let's get down to business.
Okay.
This weekend, I did nothing. I turned the button. I was like, nope, no paranormal. Nope, no supernatural. Nope, nothing. No TV. No TV. I didn't do anything of any types. I did the absolute reverse of what I usually do. And it was nice. Myself and Jim, got back on a project we've been working on for, God, at least 10 years. And I put pictures of it. I also, on the side, you guys, we build board games. The one we're working on right now is a 1700s naval battle game. And the board is a 4x8, and we cut it in half. So the actual playing surface is 3x6. So 3 foot by 6 foot. So we were having to build it. We're making it bend in the middle so you can carry it. So if you want, you can go look on my public page and you can see what we've been working on today. It was nice. It was time needed to get away from everything and to reboot that I've been needing to do. Now, with that being said, several shows talked about what we're going to talk about tonight last week. And I was like, thank you. I was like, Ebonics, go the hell away. No more Ebonics. Okay. So, yeah. So I was like, okay, let's talk about it. And I really wanted to because I'm going to give props to Chris Mendez and to our dear brother, Sean Elliott. They had their first show on Friday night. It was a magnificent show. I was impressed on what they delivered and what they talked about. And then, Sean's like, I know you were going to get into it. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm kind of watching it work because I can. And yeah, it's one of my things. It's one of what we do here. With you working with space, You like that? That I thought this was a perfect opportunist, if you will, for Rhonda get into her space and do her magical thing and get her brain thinking. So, with that being said, yes. Oh, we've got chat. Shall we? Yes. Engaging chat. Process engage 5543 DAC. Engaged. Ding. Hello, everybody.
Robert Odell has joined us.
Dun da da da. Robert, hello from the bunker in Bon Air, Virginia. There has gone on the upside down to this week of UFO crashes outside of Area 51. On Greenland is going to be a new state of Iran seeking freedom. Montauk is real.
Okay.
All right. Love you too, brother. Awesome. He's on it. Prayers. Yes, definitely prayers back to the Smurl family. Thank you for everybody that's tuned in. Something else we should talk about before we get really into it. We're going to continue, but we want you guys to know we are still looking at the time. We saw that there may be an issue with time, and you guys come to feed us between like 8:30 or between 7:30 and 8 o'clock. We're still pondering the idea of moving to 8 o'clock. That's not 100%. We're just thinking about it. So with that being said, Rhonda, giving you your space, my dear.
Yeah.
What is your premise, basic thought, and or theory? And any of you in chat can answer this as well. In fact, the door is open. All you need to do, knock on the TARDIS's front door, send a message over to Rhonda and I on our Facebook or to the Rift. I will check it out, and you can come on and speak with us. Absolutely. We are more than honored to have any of you on. You know, many of you have done this before and come on and hung with us. Well, tonight is that very night. We're opening doors again. Any member of the RNN or any member of Travels. So with that, this is the question. Ta 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 ta. The question is, how do you feel with the possibilities or that thereof spirits existing in multiple planes that cannot recognize nor understand each other? They do not work in tandem. They are separate. Or in that, thank you, madam, or in tandem, do you feel that there are spirits on different planes that do acknowledge each other? And are they the ones that are actually researching themselves? I had to throw that twist in there.
Are we looking at, I mean, I guess it depends on your premise. I get a little, I don't want to say confused. I get a little unsure. I believe that there are definitely different dimensions going on. Yes. I think what stirs me sometimes is a plane, like the plane, the same as a dimension, or as a plane within a dimension. Because I mean, I do feel like spirits, when we talk about spirits of human beings, I believe they're on a different plane. Now, is that a different dimension? Are those two terms interchangeable? I don't know that they are. I feel like there's definitely, I feel dimensions, like there could be different things or simultaneous things going on at the same time in different time realms. I do think that's a possibility. I just do feel like, though, one thing I will say like that is I don't feel like we've got any kind of proof at all. You know, and I struggle with, because I mean, I feel like different things like are different. I mean, I guess my thing is a plane the same as a dimension?
Good question. So I am not going to be the one doing that tonight. I am not going to go and be Mr. Know-It-All. I'm going to go to the chat.
I mean, I don't really know. I feel like spirits are, but I feel like spirits are closer to us. Like when we talk about dimensions and things maybe going on at the same time, or things that are happening here, like maybe just slightly off center, if you will, time wise. I feel like that they're separate from that. I feel like they are kind of on their own plane of time and reality.
Okay.
That's just me.
That's an interesting twist in thought. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, but that could, I mean, and I could change that tomorrow if something else happens.
Well, that's the thing about theory and understanding.
Yeah.
We can change whenever we want. Once we get basic facts, that becomes truth. So, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I know for me, things like Bigfoot and some of the cryptids where they're very elusive, to me, it has kind of made sense that perhaps we see them slip in and out of realms. And like that, some words that it crosses at the same time. So we're able to get that glimpse and then it's gone. We've all had time slips, if you will. I feel like a lot of us have experienced that, where the time just slipped. But I do feel like I don't know, for me personally, my theory is that the spirits of our loved ones and the spirits of our ancestors are on a very similar plane.
Okay. All right. There's something I'm going to acknowledge real quick because
Sure.
I have to see that because I saw Thunder acknowledging Robert. I have to explain that a little bit, Thunder. Robert may not see you, so he may not be acknowledging you, or his brain is going too fast. So if he does not, I know, I'm just telling you guys, this is fact. If he does not acknowledge you, don't take it personally. He sees you. It's just not in his thought process to go, hey, how you doing? It's in his premise in this world here, social media and futuristic type would be considered. He has a hard time keeping up and linking to people. So if he doesn't acknowledge you guys, he will. If he doesn't, don't take offense to it. I just want to put that out there so everybody knows. It's a valid point, Rhonda. You had a valid point. I want to read what Keith said and see if we're in the right.
Or, another thought I just had before we go into that is it when we're trying to connect with spirit that they step into a different dimension or step into a different plane to be able to communicate with us? That I don't know how it works, but I know this. I know when I'm speaking with a spirit, I have no doubt that it's something that was of animal or human form. I always, and probably because I'm setting the intention, that's what I want to do. I never, I'm often asked, like, how do you know you're not speaking with an alien? Well, I don't 100%. I don't. I can't prove, but I feel like there's a different essence because it feels like us. If that makes, like, I feel like what I'm communicating with has the essence of whatever I am.
Okay. Oh, that's beautifully said. Yes. No, okay. You just gave it the best definition I have heard yet. Nobody has tackled it proper. Bravo.
Thank you.
And if I had the music up, I'd be hitting you with the applause because that was actually a perfectly explained, honest, straight up opinion of your insight. And I loved that factor.
Well, I feel like spirits that we try to communicate with, because they're past loved ones on thing, I think they communicate with us in vision. Like anybody who's worked with mediumship will tell you, we either get visions or like I could be reading for you and I get a vision of a person that for you that relates to me. So I know it's your father because I'm seeing my dad. So it's the essence and the feelings usually of what we've experienced sometime in our lifetime.
Okay. Yeah. But hey, who cut that off? Somebody was playing on the board. That's rude. There we go. So, I want to read this what Keith just said.
Yeah, let's look at what everybody's saying.
Keith said, can be the same space, but different planes and times simultaneously.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that tonight. That's why we're bringing this up.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rhonda.
Who's next?
Well, Kenny, Robert just says, awesome hello from the WQK 94.5, the squad with Tammy Flares and the quack chicken.
He's so crazy.
Robot chicken. So Renee says, that the movie The Others is very familiar to the subject we're talking
Yeah,
about.
very much so. I actually really related to that.
Did you?
Because I mean, yeah, because I do feel like sometimes, I mean, I question: are we the dead ones, or are they the dead ones? I don't even know. Are
Oh,
are we on the side of really not existing anymore in a human form, or are they? I don't know.
so
I
we're
do
going
feel
back to the
that
Matrix
sometimes.
part. Okay.
You know,
Let me sit back in my toilet seat and think about that for a minute and drink my cup of coffee. As Michelle states, I think they might interact certain
in
dimensions.
certain dimensions,
Okay.
it might. I mean, I don't know. I just know what I feel like having, because I feel like I try to interact with them a lot. But I do find it interesting that, most mediums will tell you, like, I don't have to be in a location. I can see a picture, I can see something, um, and get a feeling off of it, or a story, or something that needs to be said. A lot of times things will hit me before I ever, as we've all talked about, before we will, Michael Brooks is in the chat. When we went to Trans Allegheny, we're driving down the road and shit just started downloading. I just started spewing out bullshit. Like, I'm not saying it was bullshit, but a lot of it made sense once we got there. It's just, I start seeing pictures or images, and you really, when I try, like I said, okay, let me tap in a little bit and see what I'm seeing. And that a little bit of that, where the group was this weekend, I couldn't go. I was sick, like really sick yesterday, of my own doing, I must say.
Oh!
And I was told it was going to make me very likely, makes 80% of people pretty freaking ill, and it made me ill. So
do some
I like gave
shrooms.
a couple things out when I checked in today. Shonda was like, "Yeah, you were right about one thing there, like one thing you felt about one of the spirits there." So because we can do that, I feel like somehow they're in a closer space to us.
Okay. Closer space.
Like, I mean, like, I feel like we can hear them a little louder, and I feel like everybody can hear them a little louder. When people talk about the veil getting thinner, I don't know that it's necessarily thinner. I feel like it's that way all the time. I think more people just believing in it makes it louder and thinner, if that makes sense. And Renee says something right there. Spirit isn't held to one plane or another. They can move throughout the rift. I do believe spirits can be in more than one place at one time. Like, I believe, Howie and I have a couple mutual friends on the spirit side. I believe that he could, one of our friends could be here with me. His essence could be here with me right now and with Howie at the exact same time, because that's where he chooses to be. So I do believe that. I don't know. I mean, I do believe they can go wherever they want to, whenever they want to. And I think they can be in multiple places at one time.
Okay, that's different.
I mean, I really do.
Oh, wait a minute. They can. Okay, all right. Hold on.
You know what I mean? Now, does that mean there are different planes where they're doing that? Maybe. So I guess if I'm telling you, I'm like contrary. It's like now that I'm thinking about that, if I say I do believe that there could be like this right now, me and you on the rift, right now, that this could be going on another plane. Maybe it happened half a day ago, or maybe it's going to happen 2 days from there. Then I have to say I believe that if my loved one or ancestor wanted to visit me here or there, they could.
Okay.
It really wouldn't matter. So I had Renee, you just gave me another theory that I kind of thinking on. So you know what I mean? So see, there we go. That's how these work.
I can understand and know how it works too, because now we're going to utilize time, which a lot of people say time doesn't exist. That is incorrect. Time has to exist, for it is the thread between dimensions, planes, and the universal thought there that has to exist. However, let me read this real quick, right? Read, right? I don't know what I'm doing here, right? Well, throughout no history, it always said, protect your soul, because you will ascension to a place. I think he means ascend to another place.
Ascend to another place. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good point. Our brother from another mother will be back with in an hour and a half. Ryan C. Jones from THAPS is in the house. What? Ryan hits up and says, I love The Others. Definitely a great take.
That is I've watched it multiple times, and I feel like I take away a little something different from it each time. The first time it like blew my mind once but I mean, same with The Sixth Sense. Like when I finally realized what was happening there, I'm like, okay.
I love that. Threw me completely on. I was like, score. I love it. This is awesome. Because it made me think about my own theory. And I went, holy shit, we're actually getting to experience it from that point. Yeah, boy. Won't go any more than that. Could go into another subject. We probably do not want to go down that rabbit hole. We don't want to go back to 1988. Let us continue. No. So not right now, at least. Maybe
No, not that. Let's just go with what we got.
maybe when she's not here, we'll talk about it. So Keith says, I worked a lot through pics and video
Yeah.
feeds. Okay, and how? How is that possible if you're not connecting?
No.
Hold on, that's just
Yeah, right. I mean, I agree with Keith.
Yeah.
It's energy, right? It's all about energy and space, and I can't explain how it's happening to me more now. Like the first time it happened to me, I've never been a very visual and just start seeing shit. What I mean? I've always been either I just knew it or I kind of heard it. But from the time since I've gone to Salem and I walked through the memorial through there, and I just like vividly saw pictures, started seeing pictures in my mind of what happened in Salem, like visual pictures that like it shook me. Now I'm seeing it more all the time, like on the way to Trans-Allegheny, or Shonda showed me some pictures of a place they were last night. She showed them to me a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I started immediately just picking up on some things.
Okay. So
I mean, I don't know how that works, but I feel it comes to you at different points in time.
Okay, now you just bear with me. I'm not being rude. I am actually checking our emails and our inboxes just to make sure if there does somebody come through that goes, hey, we want to talk. I'm on you and right there and grabbing it up. Here is my thought. I'm going to bring this back up and then I'm going to continue with chat, keeping everybody in the loop. First, I want to say Mike says you're right on spot. So some was spot on. Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Some of it was spot on, and some of it was things like I've preached on this show before, is just my interpretation of something.
Interpretation.
The way when we were on the way, I'm gonna tell you what I thought, and not to give too much away the location in case people go there. But I saw a man with a clipboard and a white coat and a bunch of other people in white and what looked like white. Well, he didn't really have. He had glasses and a white coat, right? And he's walking around with a clipboard. And I saw people what looked like they were following him. My assumption was that they were students.
Did they go to Southwest Virginia this weekend?
No. Okay. And that wasn't this one. This is when we went to Trans-Allegheny. My assumption, because I saw somebody with a clipboard and people behind him following, I thought it was a teacher and students. That was my misinterpretation. Once we got there, we investigated, we heard history. It was a doctor and patients.
Patients following the doctor?
Patients standing in line for the doctor.
Okay, so no, I'm going to support you on something now. Okay.
But I mean, that did go on there too. There was teaching there. We did find that out. But what I was visualizing in my head was not a teaching session.
Okay.
But that's where I talk about like at mediums, it's sometimes our interpretation is slightly off. And because I should have just said, this is what I'm seeing and not made an assumption of what I was seeing.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Jeremy York popped in, our good friend and Things Network creator and founder. He drops in and says, just hopped on and read a comment about The Others. One of my favorite movies, and it's one of those rare movies where it's actually two movies and it forces you to watch it twice. Well said, Jeremy, and thank you for dropping in, and brother. Yeah. It's always a pleasure when you jump in, or any of the others from other networks. We love you guys as family. Renee says, spirits isn't held to one plane or another. They can move through the rift.
And that's what I was explaining, where I was like, she just convinced me of something. If I'm saying like we could have this exact experience going on either before or after we're having it now, then if my loved ones wanted to come to either one of those places, why couldn't they?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Ryan saying hello to Thunder. Robert also says, wow, you hit it on something, Rhonda. A veil seems pretty damn close. That the way I feel about it too. And when things start, it feels like a wave building up.
I would
Okay.
agree.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I got you. And I'm actually going to listen to what he says. There's reasons. So,
No doubt.
yeah, right. Oh, those were the days. Anyway, hey, Kenny, this is for you and the Jack Daniels. All right. Now that we got a giggle. All right. Renee says, but time moves differently within
In
itself.
time itself.
It can and does, but time is different within itself, but also different on how it reacts. That's why people say there is no such thing as time. There is. It has to exist. It is a thread and needle. And yes, it can move within itself. Remember the friendship bracelets?
Yeah.
All I'm going to say, think about a friendship bracelet in time. Renee is exactly right when it comes to that. Because sometimes you need one way to get to another place. And sometimes you need that one portal, that one rabbit hole, that one how to get here to there. And sometimes you need that to tie each other together, like a boat in the harbor to the docks. It's going to get deeper. Don't worry. We're going there. All right. So I'm going to pop in here. Brother Keith says no such thing as distance. Depending on what the subject is, I'm not going to disagree or agree on that. And I can see your point, Keith, where you're saying it as distance. But
And maybe distance too feels different for different people depending on how your senses work.
Keith, can you define that for me? Define what you mean by that, brother, so that way I don't miscue you, mistake you. Because I want to make sure I'm getting you right comparatively to my thought process, because here lately I am completely scientific and I'm ripping things apart again, and it's kind of fun. Just saying. Thunder, time has a mind of its own lately. Yes, I would agree. It's been changing, moving. It has been waving. It's been closing and expanding a lot. Thank you, sir. Okay.
Clocks move differently from gravity affects it. A clock.
I'm going to read that out so the listeners can hear what Keith Ottersberg just put. Clocks may move differently from Earth to space. Gravity affects it. A clock on Earth will tell time at a different rate than one on the space shuttle.
That's true. Well, at least that's what we've been told.
That's true. What she just said.
You know what I mean? That time is different in space than it is here. Like, you know what? Like that, I remember hearing that when we were in school, that like when you're, say, an astronaut, right? And you're light years away, that the time there doesn't pass like it does here. Like they don't feel like they've been gone for a year and a half. But here we feel like they've been gone a year and a half because we've got that metric.
Yeah.
Count.
What don't they? I think they did that experiment on the ISS where they had several clocks set to the different countries, and all of them were becoming anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes behind the actual time. I remember that test. That, like you said, though, Rhonda, that's what we were told.
That's what we were told. I mean, in school, that like when you're an astronaut, like you don't feel like you've been gone a year and a half or 8 months or however long you're in space doing your job. But like, and as that, because they're so big, like now, like when you're big, like I look at that, like it's because when you get busy doing something you enjoy, you don't realize how much time has passed. Or for them, is it really like I'm only here 2 hours, like literally if you counted it. And they, but for us, it's like a year and a half. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Do you remember being told that?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
I do.
Not crazy.
Yeah, I was told that in middle school.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I will go with that. Yes. So I can't say I wasn't. I know it was. And when I got to Hermitage, the science teacher was okay. I liked her, but I couldn't grasp, and I'm not going to say the teacher's name because she was an absolute sweetheart. But I just couldn't grasp what she was laying down. And maybe it's because me and Chris Stacker and Chris Bivens were fucking around too much. But however, which is possible, Thacker,
No.
you know it's true. Oh yeah, we'd sit back in the classroom, and Bivens would be on the right side, and Thacker would be beside me, and I'm like, oh man, and that's back in the day when we all had that long damn hair. Anyway, we goof off and do everything. So I get
Keith is right about that. Okay, I see what he says. Distance, it's 40 miles to Lincoln, Nebraska, given. Distance, I could be in my own home and in a client's home across the country at the same time, no distance. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
there we go.
100% for sure.
Renee replies to Keith, like I said, time moves different. A lot of cliches out there. Look who joins us. Look
Hey,
who joins
Jimmy.
Jimmy in the house. Jimmy in the house. This is the gentleman I was with this weekend and the director of ASPS North Carolina. How will time be measured in space while time is measured on Earth by the rotation of the Earth in orbit around the sun? Well said. That is a very valid point and a very good point. But it depends again on which time you're referring to. That is exactly what Keith was referring to. I do believe, Jimmy, what you brought up. I love that because time really is based on reference here on the planet. General time, as it's used to keep us organized here on the planet, as we know it, does factor in the moon, the sun, the rotation of the earth. When you go past that, everything changes. How are you rotating your time? That's a valid point.
Well, yeah, like we legitimately, and I'm just saying the U.S. Well, I guess everywhere, but we literally are measuring time by daylight. Like that's why it's 7:43 here and 4:43 in California.
Okay, let me ask this.
You know what I mean? That's strange to me.
Oh, it is strange, but now I'm going to really fuck you up with this one.
Okay.
Sorry, my language, you guys. Monetize us. We don't care. Here's the problem with that. Alaska will have there's points of Alaska that can have 6 months of light and 6 months of day.
Yeah. Well, yeah, when we were in Vancouver, Canada in May, the sun comes up at 4 in the morning and it sets at 10:30 at night. And they're just above California.
That's a party town. That's the town I'm all about.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's hard to go to bed, but then it's
there she
hard
is.
to get up too.
Thunder
Right,
says,
what did Michael say?
let me come back. Mike says, have heard from a group that they did experiments with atomic clocks. Yes. And on the same property, and there was a 20-minute difference at the end of the experiment. I have heard that too.
That's interesting.
Yes. Thunder drops in. She goes, it's 8:44 here. So she is an hour ahead of us.
Wow.
So pow, that's pretty cool. Thanks, Thunder. I love to hear that too, because now we're getting a little better of where our travelers are.
Well, yeah, like Mish says she's getting ready to go to work probably. She's getting her day started. It's Monday there.
Yeah. And, that's right. Mish is down from down under, isn't she?
So it's wow.
I know Robert White's down under. Is Mish from down there?
I'm not Mish, where are you from? If you're still in here.
Yeah. Is it there in New Zealand? Or Heidi says, I love nighttime, 5:45 here. Wow,
Well,
you're 2 hours
you're in
behind
Colorado.
us. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's not because of sorry.
You're 2 hours behind us.
She says, and dark already.
Yeah, same here.
I don't know. Is Mish still here? All right, so I'm just going
to figure out where is Mish from.
I don't remember. Australia. Okay.
Okay. I just want to make sure I have it right.
Yeah, I thought so. I knew you and Robert were close, but I wasn't 100% sure. So rock on. So, and now here's the thing. Is Shell a whole 24 hours ahead of us in the future? That's where all this little stuff. See, here we go. That's the little threading I was talking about. It's crazy, amazing. Robert says, awesome show, you guys. Well, thanks, brother. Shell goes, well, I am. Mish is in Australia. Yeah, okay. Just making sure, y'all. Just making sure.
If we want to have Mish on the show, we're going to have to either get her in the morning or report her.
Yeah, well, we've done it with Robert, so I think we could
He
pull.
said it. It's damn Monday for fuck's sake. I love you, Mish.
You rock. All right, so let me drop into this real quick because we only got about 10 minutes left in the show.
Okay.
And I want to drop into this so everybody that's here and you can really grasp where I was going with this. So if you have an entity, listen up, Keith. This is going to get really fun. Get your chess place out because I need you to bring out your pawn, your knight, and your bishop. Here we go. You have a house, okay? Think is your quarantine area, square. In that, it has 3 levels. Okay. In that, there's a front door, 2 windows, and 2 windows. Okay.
Okay.
It is 1 o'clock in the morning. You have a video on outside of the containment area looking and taking video thereof, the front. And at the door on one of the side veils, a perfect structure silhouette of a human is seen looking out the door. Now, hold on. You're going to like this one. Now, in the same exact time, exact same moment, 2 floors up to the right window, another entity is seen in the house. Now, here's the twist. It is not a public investigation. There is nobody inside the home. The home is locked.
Is this the video I've seen?
You talk about the Mendez video?
Uh-huh.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So I'm bringing that into play. Yes, this is Chris Mendez's video of the Sandusky house. That is just my basis here. How do you feel? What is the premise of what's taking place? Because that's the interesting part. This is where I feel entities can exist on different times in different places at different times. They can't always acknowledge each other because they don't know they're existing. So what do you guys think? I'm going to sit here, drop into Keith here. I feel time, even though it's consistent, yes, is moving faster when I was a child.
When I was absolutely.
Shell says, have a good rest of the show, guys. Off to Monday. Thank you, and have a good one, girl. Thank you for dropping and hanging out with us while you get ready. Heidi says, bye, Mish. And Thunder is, take care, girl. All right. So you guys think about that. The 2-point experiment of 2 individual entities existing at the same moment, but not existing each other. And go.
You just like blew my mind. So is it like you're seeing 2, but they're from 2 different time frames? Like meaning each spirit existed in reality at a different time, but they're in the same location?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure I followed that right.
We're going to go with that now.
That was a lot for a Sunday.
Before we go down the other tunnels, we're going to stay at that tunnel.
I mean, I think that's totally possible, especially if you throw in residual. So, for instance, if one spirit makes themselves present in whatever way, form, where they're doing it, right? And another one peeks out in a window, and that's where they looked every day at 4 p.m. when their son was supposed to be coming home from school. It could happen at the exact same time, 2 different timelines.
Timelines. Here's the other point that we were talking about earlier. Time, existence as a thread. Can you exist in multiple places at multiple times and multiple scenarios? Yes. It is said that you cannot exist in the same time period of the same dimension. You cannot occupy the same space thereof. That's theory. Going with it, but I'm applying the theory to understand it. However, this is twist that you threw at me. You pulled in the residual energy factor.
I mean, because residual is usually something that happens all the time at the same time, because that energy trail got left, if you will. That's what that trail of energy just keeps repeating itself over and over. If one thing happens, but this trail of energy is at the same time every day, 4 p.m., I mean, you'd have to do a lot of testing to prove it, because to me, I think residual energy probably happens more on a continuum of a certain day, certain period, certain time. You know what I mean? It's not every day at this time, but
Right.
it could be. But it like to make it easy, it could be every day
Okay.
at 4:00.
But it would be at 4:00. Like Keith and I
Right.
talked about 3 years ago.
Right.
That one spirit walking through the wall, which at one time was maybe a door. To
Right.
them, it was a
Right. Because
door.
that's what they remember it as, right? Yeah. Correct.
There you go. You want to read that one?
If they are from different times and people modified the home, one spirit may not know another is there because it's the new addition. That's true as well.
There it is. That's what I was looking for.
There's a couple of theories that could go on to make that scenario plausible.
Absolutely. And that's okay. Certain energetic conditions. Absolutely. I agree with that. This is why I brought this up, because the possibility will blow your mind as an investigator when you really think about it. Now, I'm not going to tell you the other reason why it popped in my head at this moment, but I will talk about it down the road once I finish taking part in the production form of this particular case. Once I get to witness the production part of it and I can give my opinion, knowing the family personally, this will be interesting to me, because from my understanding, the movie is full of shit.
Oh, of course.
What? Well, I'm sure there's certain things.
There's elements of the truth.
Yes, elements of the truth. Oh, yes. Play the music. So, okay, that's enough. So, with that being said, it's interesting to me. Hold on. I'm not forgetting and I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just trying to get there. So, with that being said, the possibility of having an entity from a different period here and an entity from a different dimension here at the exact same time, and you're catching it at the same time. How fucking mind-blowing is that? Think about it for just a second. You're seeing two dimensions, two entities from two different places. Come on. Think about that. Rhonda, you want to read that?
I've had experiences, I believe, with residual energy, and I feel no connection, interaction, or eye contact.
How do you thank you, dear?
I think that's one way is they don't really interact with you. You just see something, or you feel something, or you pick up something. It could even be an EVP, but every time you run an EVP at 4 p.m. in the kitchen on a Wednesday, this is what you get.
Have you tried that? Have you and Michael tried that? Have you and your team tried that? Because you just came up with an amazing experiment.
It's hard. It's hard, but like we have that access to Belgrove, right? But It's hard to have it consistently enough that we could do it over and over and over again. You just have to. That's the thing is it's hard the way we have these locations to be so consistent that you make sure, because it might be down to day of the week at this time. You never know.
Great hypothetical theory to try. Okay, boom. And then I'll come back.
Think about this. The universe is constantly expanding, so we are interacting with spirits from other parts. Are we interacting with spirits from other parts of the universe?
Yeah, I mean, that's something that we've been talking about for years now, that everybody's starting to grasp the idea and understand the possibility we're interacting with other entities from around the universe at different times too. Now, I'm also going to bring something up that you brought up at the beginning of the show. Okay. I did it to you today like you did it to me last Sunday. All right. Here we go.
All right.
Talk about Bigfoot. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the crazy things in the Bigfoot and me. All right. So the possibility of Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Yeti, whatever you want to call this possible entity existing is possible because we have seen entities, human entities, actually give mass.
Oh, yeah.
Footprints. We've seen footprints and handprints on walls and floors. They have to exist some kind of pressure for that footprint to be seen, right?
Right.
Now, opening your minds, which is, here we go. Here's another one. Giving you the key. Is it possible that that mass of that entity created the indentation and still not be here?
Isn't that what we find with fossils all the time?
But that's a mass solid, right?
Oh, you're talking because it's an indentation. Gotcha. I mean,
And if that's the case,
Sure.
how come we have not found more indentations of this foot in rock? It's always
that's
mushy.
true. It's always fresh. I mean, I'm just saying Bigfoot. Like one of the theories is they float through dimensions. I'm still not convinced that it's not just something normal because look how like honestly, if you do your research and you look at China, what we describe about Bigfoot and how elusive they are and how rare that was panda bears years and years and years ago, and finally,
Yeah.
they got one.
So,
You know what I mean? So who's
in
to
that-
say it? I have that. I agree with all the theories. I have 3 theories on that. Interdimensional. I have it's kind of like the panda bear theory is what I call it. And then I have the theory of those
Panda
people.
theory.
I hate to say that it's like the hills have eyes theory,
Oh.
but it's
Oh.
people who have just not been part of society and chosen not to, so they haven't evolved the way we have.
Ding, 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 ding.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, there's so many. I hate to, but I mean, like, yeah, hills have eyes theory.
It's not wrong to them. In our
Right,
society,
right.
it's wrong. It's just like, oh, well, no, okay, let's not go down that rabbit hole. That's a huge rabbit hole we're about to fall into. I agree with you. I'm going to stop real quick before I go over the edge. Here we go. Heidi says, I believe Bigfoot is indimensional. There you go.
Yeah.
Brother Keith, are the Bigfoot an evolved or an unevolved Nethandrol?
What that maybe has never like that's how they've chosen to live, and they stay elusive because that's how they live.
Now, here's where we bring it all back around because I use your Bigfoot thing to come back to this. In the home said, okay, there's been documentation in the last 365 days of actions taking place, of full body apparitions seen by more than 2 people.
Nice.
Now, yeah, right. That happened with Sean and mine tour. And for those who don't know, we're using lasers right now, different color lasers to test different things. And when we were doing this with this particular tour, I was using a purple laser. And it was draining really damn fast. Really fast. And don't ask me if it was the batteries. It was a brand new laser with brand new charged up batteries. Just saying. So it was very interesting to us. You have that. On the other aspect, how cool is it that we have Chris Mendez, props, getting a film capture of 2 entities at the exact same time?
I mean, that's the thing we can only hope for, right?
That is one of the grand things.
Right? Like he got something that nobody that I've ever heard of has gotten. Not that
I
I've
agree.
been, in the field but so long. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yep. Heidi, I like Bashar's theory with the Anunnaki. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Okay. We're not. Ooh, that could get heavy. Ooh, that can go down some serious rabbit holes there. Oh no. And then Renee. That's what I was talking about. I'm not going down that.
I mean, it's always a theory that there's a small population that just has not wanted to integrate, and have they not evolved because of the elements that they're facing because they choose to live in caves or whatever?
Well, what happened to the Nazis down in Brazil?
You know what I mean?
They went to Brazil, they intertwined with the people, and now there's a white race of Brazilian people in the location. But they also found links to Nazis and structures, etc., etc. So let's think about this. What about Croatoan? Oh, yes, I said it. Yes,
we all know the Croatoan didn't go anywhere. They moved.
Yes,
they moved. There's a lot of book. There's a couple of books. I should send you those that were written by people who lived in that area. Like they moved further inland, or they moved over to Hatteras, or they moved different to get to different places. It was nothing
They had to
what you
move.
said. Yeah, they had to move.
Weather or food or whatever. This really isn't anything but people grasping then
Yeah,
at something that possible when the whole fact is this tribe might have taken those individuals and kept them alive and grew into theirs, which happened a lot. That's a really cool point. And I'm glad we brought that up. Heidi says, "Oh my hell, haha." My first thought was,
deliverance.
yeah. Keith says, different spectrum of light. Some say infrared can actually hurt spirits. That's why the run of jump back. That's what I'm working with, Keith. Exactly. We're testing that theory. We're trying to get audio comparatively to physical evidence so we can say yay or nay. I have EVP after EVP of hearing something go, it hurts me. I don't like it. Turn it off. Da 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 da. However, we also know, and this is why I find Mendez's video. That's what we're going to call it now, the Mendez video. I need to text him now, going, "Hey, Chris, from now on,
We have a new name for your video.
it's the Mendez video." That spirits in general are very cautious about being caught on video. I noticed that they will.
Well, I think they mess with things and delete it because they don't want you to be caught. They don't. Yeah, I 100% agree with that. 100%.
Yes. I also feel
I
that
think they will kill a battery. I think they will do whatever necessary.
kill a signal or make it that the video is not showing. So adding to that link of what Keith just brought up of what we were talking about, yes, this is all brilliant, and I love that. Keith says, we're still finding new tribes in the jungles. Yeah, absolutely, Keith.
Exactly. So who's to say they're not here in the U.S.?
Exactly.
Who's to say?
Yeah. Heidi says, I just heard something about that too, about infrared or black light, maybe too. Okay, hold on. This is another theory that we're working with. I am stepping away completely from black light. I mean, not black light, infrared. Okay, IR spectrum. I'm not working with it anymore because went back into my research. Jimmy, if you're still here, Jimmy knows because he was a part of this research back in the day. So was Ryan. And in fact, we'll be meeting our brother here in about an hour. So don't forget to tune in to the freaking awesome playlist tonight.
On YouTube.
We're doing our 50s, 60s. What about rock and roll? So in that, the best responses that we got at that location were all when we were using black light. We were using IR. We caught some things on IR, but I think we trapped it or tricked it. So when I say that, it was not expecting the camera to be there, or it might have stepped out. There's videos, you guys, on YouTube. If you want to go to ASPS-Paranormal, you can see these videos for yourself. The camera was hidden in a specific place because of action that I had. All this took place. It was very interesting. Hold on, Keith. I'm coming to you. So I want to say I'm going to get away from IR cams for now. I'm going to go back to black light because the physical action and the clearest EVPs I have ever captured came from this location using the black light. This is myself. This was Kristen Whitmer. This was Jimmy Livingston, and the original ASPS crew, Ashley Loth, Amber, and Tommy McNeil, and Danielle. I got to remember Danielle. Thank you. So we had 100% Class A EVPs come from this section. We had physical evidence of items being thrown. Okay, this is the best one. And I don't know if Jimmy's still here. I don't want you guys to hear this because I want you can hear this yourself. You can hear this yourself, you guys. It was the coolest shit. Do you think spirits flirt?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not talking about something going up behind your ass and squeezing.
No, they 100%. Yes.
We have a Class A audio of two women in this location strictly flirting with Jimmy and talking about him as he walks out the door onto the front porch to smoke a cigarette. in perfect detail, audio, video. You see him walk out the front and you hear them giggling and talking. Where are they come from? We don't know because there was no two women existing at the same time that we know of. So this is interesting. Was that residual in tongue? Had to be intelligent because they responded to something they were actually seeing at that time. Cool shit, right? I love this. That's why I'm doing what I do. So just putting that down there. Let me catch up here. Okay, bam. There more exist. Or did we already capture this one? We can only see and hear with certain spectrums, even though more exist. So we may have things around us all the time, as Keith Ottersberg states. Agreed. We won't get technical. Show's about the end, but we can definitely get into that deeper. Heidi, that's what I say with the living too, consciously and unconsciously blocking. Touche. Keith sits up with Dustin Perry, was using the white lights with red filters to see if it made a difference. I remember something about that. I don't know the results, but that's a good point. I do want to try that. Heidi says, fascinating. Michelle says, yes. Thunder says, sure, why not? I don't know.
Oh, that's all about flirting. Why would
Michelle's like, cool.
I mean, I will say that at Belgrove, we have a spirit in the basement. He is known to be more active and speak with when there is a blonde woman around. He likes women who are blonde. Straight up.
There you go. Keith says, I have things grabbed before with the he's cute EVPs. And there you go. Heidi's wow. Michelle agreed. They agree with Keith. And Kristen Coleman is just hitting the house. She is we're a little late. We're about to close up. But hi. Glad you made it, girl. How is everything on the Sunday? It's been interesting. It's been a great conversation. You want to check
it has. This is one that needs a second part.
Yeah, we could definitely go further on this one.
Yeah, there's a lot because I'd like to go research some stuff about it too and see.
Let's come back to it.
If anything changes my mind. But
okay, let's do that. We'll come back to this topic, you guys, and anybody who wants to get involved the next time we bring this up, let us know. We'll bring you on and we can all do a roundtable about it. Yep. By the way, a paranormal roundtable is coming to the network. We don't know what day it will happen, but we do know there will be several other individuals from other networks coming together as one, as we all do this together, a Unity Paranormal Roundtable. So that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. Kristen says, sorry. Let's see. I got in from doing things with the family. Hey, rock on, girlfriend. Don't worry. We were glad you made it. Heidi says, yes, part 2. Great show. Excellent. So on that, we're going to leave that one there, you guys. Appreciate jumping over and hanging out with us. And general talks. I think general talks are really great because it helps our chemistry with you guys. And
it's like this makes me things like this make me go start researching things and looking at things that I hadn't really looked at. I hadn't watched Chris and Sean's thing. I've got it. Like I figure I'll watch that while I'm working tomorrow. But I did see Hill City's podcast on Tuesday before ours. Parts of it when they were digging into dimensions. So
they were doing pretty good. Yeah. They're going really good. I like the fact that we might see an expansion to that network where Sean and Chris get together monthly or weekly. So we'll see what happens there. Keith says, good show. Gotta go. Sweet brother. Thank you.
All right.
Thunder says, thank you. And Heidi says, much love, y'all. Absolutely. Much love to all of you.
All right. Well, if y'all are bored, come hang out with me and Howie and Ryan on YouTube here at 9 o'clock.
That's right. In about 15 minutes. So until then, we're going to see you on the other side next Sunday. Yep. Not going to tell you what's going on. We've got some really great stuff building up. I know we have Adrian Clayton returning with us. Right, it's free speech with her. So I think we have that as open talk with her or open thought. Of course, y'all heard last Sunday. If you didn't, we're letting you know it is official. Katrina Cooper is now official medium for the RNN, so Reference Network, working with us and Middletown. So just make sure that's clear, not just us. But as far as this show, we will have her on once a month, taking up on what Sheila Gay started so many years ago as Katrina returns to the network with working with us. So looking forward to that as well. So you get an opportunity to talk to Katrina one-on-one. Where is she at? What is she doing? And if she's up for some readings, she says she'll do readings, but it's more like an open session. Find out who she is. Get to know her. Why do you get a reading from her? This is why.
Yeah, she's just an awesome human. She's just an awesome human being.
I could not agree more. On that one, you guys, thank you so much, Rhonda. Thank you again for being here and hanging out with us.
I love it.
And to all of you, continue to try to open your mind, help somebody else. But for God's sakes, please, let's remember we are travelers. We have something to do. We need to do it. Make somebody smile. Make somebody love. Help them understand. Get it out there.
I agree.
And
Darkest time of the year. Let's just keep each other positive till as I say, the light comes back and spring hits.
absolutely.
Keep each other positive.
Absolutely agree. And I got to give props to AJ. I'm going to do it. Props to AJ. What files? Know that you are appreciated. May virtue be yours.
Good night, everyone.